Hey everybody, we are back again answering more questions from some followers on Facebook, and this one comes from MaryGrace, and it's a 12-part question. Just kidding, it's about 5 parts. So question is, can I explain the mortgage process? What are closing costs? What's the least amount of money for down payment? How can I get the lowest interest rate? And should I wait to buy or not? So let's talk about the process. So in my opinion, you really need to know how much you qualify for before you go out looking at houses and make a realtor drive you around, wasting their gas when you may or may not qualify. So number one in my eyes is get pre-approved, speak to your lender right here. And then after we get you pre-approved and know your limits, then we'll hook you up with a really great agent. And when you're a buyer, working with a real estate agent costs you nothing. They get paid by the seller. So there's no reason you shouldn't have someone represent you, get you into a house, help you with the process, and it's great to have a good team. So you're gonna get pre-approved, we'll hook you up with an agent. Once you find your house, you're gonna get a home inspection. Then you're gonna go into contract with a real estate attorney. And then what happens is the loan comes back to the bank. We send you back in for underwriting, we order appraisals, your attorney's gonna order a title report, you're gonna go shopping for homeowners insurance. Regardless of how much paperwork you gave up front to the bank, once it goes to underwriting, they're going to ask you for some more stuff. So more paperwork's involved. And then once everything comes in, appraisals, titles, homeowners insurance, all your paperwork, we bundle it back together, send it off to underwriting for one last review. And if you're lucky enough to get what's called a clear to close, you can set a closing and get into your new house, and life will be great. Start building wealth. Number two, what are my closing costs? So closing costs could vary greatly across the country. Every single state, town has different taxes and recording fees. So I'm going to give you a very broad 2 to 5% is going to be of your purchase price, what your closing costs will be. It also really depends on the taxes. So for your own particular loan, hook up with your lender, ask for a closing cost estimate, but figure 2 to 5%. If you're in any major city area, let's say around New York City, Long Island, you're going to pay probably closer to 4 to 5%. If you're buying, let's say in Georgia, you may pay closer to 2%. Question number 3, what's the least amount of down payment? So I just did a video on this the other day. Search my videos for low down payment options. And basically, if you're a veteran, you can do as little as 0 down. Most other folks are going to put between 3 and 5% down as a minimum. But check out my other video. Next question is, how do I get the lowest rate? So a lot of people call and say, what's the rate today? And think it's one rate for all. But there's probably 50 different drop downs that we have to check off to get a rate quote. So it's not one rate for all. There's credit score, down payment, loan program, the term of the loan, 30-year versus 15-year. You're buying a condo, you're buying a co-op, or you're buying a house. So rates are going to be different for everyone. Doesn't matter what your aunt, uncle, your neighbor told you they got. It's going to probably be different for you. So that's also something very specific. You need to talk with your loan officer to find out. Definitely do that. So the last question is, should I wait to buy until rates come down lower? This is the $1 million question, and I think you'll see hundreds of videos from realtors and loan offices on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok saying buy, 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 buy. But the reality is real estate historically goes up. I'll give you my own personal example. I bought my house, I think, in 2003. Market went up and down several times. Rates went up and down several times. If I would have been scared and not bought and waited, I would have lost out because I sold for a significant amount higher. And that's due to the market. And the person who bought my house, some may say he bought it at the top, but 5-6 years from now, I guarantee you it's higher. So I say waiting is silly because when you're renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage, you're not building any equity, and you're not building wealth. So my opinion is if you have the means to do it and you want to get into a home, do not wait because you always have an opportunity to refinance down the road. And historically, real estate will always go up in value. Talk to you soon, Magic Mortgage Mike. Let me know if you have any questions at all.